Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be showing you a detailed guide on how to beat Dracula and how to counter all of his moves, phase by phase and step by step. Ensure you go in with rogue blood and the best possible gear you can get. Also be sure to break all these props, they do get in the way. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, phase 1. You'll be using Frost Barrier and Ball Lightning. Number 1, Throwing Axes and Wolf Rush. He'll start with throwing axes at you and turning into a wolf immediately. This move is fairly easy to dodge, and you'll see why. See, he's stupid. So, when he throws his axe at you, you simply want to walk away from him as much as you can, and when he turns into a wolf, you want to walk towards him and keep moving forward. Number 2, Double Sword Slash. This is where Frost Barrier comes in handy. You can block both his slashes. I highly recommend getting some practice with this spell, it is worth the investment. Number 3, Blood Slam. Now you can use Frost Barrier to defend against it, but I would recommend just staying away from the damage indicators as far away as possible. Number 4, Sword Thrust. You will take a lot of damage getting hit by this thrust attack, however it is surprisingly easy to avoid. All you need to do is sidestep. It is as easy as it looks. Number 5, Blood Nado. Once again, this is where Frost Barrier comes in good play. You can counter his projectiles with it, dealing damage to him while using Ball Lightning and your pistol ability, whatever you're using. Personally, I don't try to exit the circle while it's shrinking. This adds risk to getting caught and taking guaranteed damage. Number 6, Bat Swarm. Dracula will disappear, summoning a swarm of bats that'll try to hit you. What I do is walk in a circle, avoiding the red lines as the bats go past me, awaiting Dracula to spawn and dash away immediately. Now we move on to his second phase. He has new attacks waiting for you. You're going to be using the same spells. Number 1, Blood Crystals. As soon as phase 2 begins, Dracula will start spawning blood crystals. You want to aim for those crystals and destroy them immediately. Do not let him summon more than 2, otherwise you're going to be struggling to survive in this entire arena. It is crucial that you go for these crystals first. Using Ball of Lightning, it really helps with the DPS. Now I do believe he can summon up to 4 of them. I have also noticed that being near him will decrease the chance of him trying to spawn another one. I haven't confirmed this yet. Number 2, Flying Ambush. Try to ensure you know exactly where Dracula is at all times, because he can ambush you from above. This can be difficult to see sometimes. Number 4, Bloody Cross. This is when Dracula appears in the middle of the arena, shooting homing orbs of blood at you. This can be hard to avoid if you are up close, so I recommend maintaining distance and using Frost Barrier if you absolutely have to. Number 4, Raining Blades. This attack does require some practice considering Dracula can still use his other abilities simultaneously, making it harder to dodge. Use everything you've learned. Number 5, Blood Bolt Wall. During this attack, Dracula will summon a wall of hard-hitting projectiles. Best way to avoid this is to stand directly in front of Dracula, as there is always a safe gap. You can also use Frost Barrier to reflect some damage, or just dash through it. These are Dracula's abilities you have seen in phase 1, but in phase 2 they are enhanced. For example, Dracula's thrust attack. It is now wider, slightly quicker, but still quite easy to avoid. All you need to do is sidestep it. As for Dracula's sword slash, he can now strike you 4 times instead of 2. Best way to avoid this is to use Frost Barrier to reflect all the damage back at him. The only difference with the Blood Slam is the projectiles at the end of their lifespan now create large radiuses that will damage you if you stand within them. You can avoid this attack altogether by simply dashing behind Dracula. Congratulations, you've reached phase 3. These are the spells you will be using. I'm also showing you the jewels that I'm using. During this phase, blood spirits will start spawning around Dracula. You will need to ensure these blood spirits do not reach Dracula, as they will both heal him, making his 4th phase longer, as well as summon his Draculan minions. Utilize your spells and your pistol's Fan the Hammer ability, as it can push the spirits back, buying you some much needed time. Keep in mind that any ultimate ability involving AoE of your choice can help a lot during this phase if you are feeling overwhelmed. When Dracula starts speaking in this phase, this is an indication that his heart has just appeared and is also moving towards him. You will need to attack his heart, making it reach 25% health before you can feed upon it, granting you the strongest blood type, Blood of the Immortal. This will allow a 50% chance of a free cooldown for both your spells, allowing you to achieve his fourth and final phase. During this phase, it is crucial that you use the Mosquito spell and the Death Knight spell with these very same jewels. The number value doesn't have to be exactly the same, but as long as you have them, it is fine. As you can see, when I spam the Mosquito ability, I get a shield that stacks upon me. This is when RNG gets involved, as there is only a 50% chance that you'll get a free cooldown for both your spells. You will need to avoid the Falling Blades again, as well as the Wall of Projectiles, as they do high damage. Now, as you can see, RNG wasn't really favoring me at the beginning, but I did my best to avoid all the Falling Blades and the Wall of Projectiles. I'm using my axes instead of the pistols, as they won't let me stand still while using it. When you use the Mosquito spell, ensure you are within the radius, as you will get a free shield that will stack the more you use it. Again, you can use any ultimate ability you want as long as you can't receive damage while using it. Once Dracula was defeated, I simply exited the arena so that I could go back in with a friend. That way he could get the achievement as well. He was very grateful about it. We simply went back in and Dracula was still on the ground waiting to be fed upon. Thanks for watching the guide, everyone. Hopefully this helps you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to watch the next bonus clip. I'm getting a taste for your blood, Drac.
One Mo gets a taste of his blood as well.
What? That ball! Shit, dude, thank you. What the fuck?
All good, bro.
Now you get to see the cutscene, poo poo pee pee.
Don't spoil it!
Damn! You probably just get poo poo pee pee
Wait,
and
do I just
not.
go through this thing or to get
Yep.
the cutscene?
Yeah, go through it.
The cutscene. You are bad. Do you remember? Do you remember that South Park episode, Dave?
Oh my god! No, that
When they-
cutscene. Why are you
yeah,
skipping
when-
it? Yeah.
yeah. With, no, the Guitar Hero one when they beat the record.
Oh, yes.
And he's like, "You are bad."
Oh, dude, Ed, thank you.
All good, brother.
But it's kind of
Oh.
crazy. The guy, so the guy's killed him what 5 times now.
Yeah, we got 5 amulets, so I got this one for Sam.
See, he's killed this motherfucker like 5 times.
Ronto ever wants to come by.
I was to come past, I need to kill basically everything else as well.
That's fine.
Do speedrun.
Oh, oh, dude, if you came back now the way we are, except
Right.
Dracula, you can only walk in there with Ed.
I'm not fucking doing that shit again. Even though I didn't do a shit, but yeah, I'm not doing that again.